Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with a good friend and real estate agent in the Fresno market that I work with all the time, Mr. Benny Clay. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, sir. Thanks for having me on again. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, thank you. You've been with me a long time. We've talked about real estate forever. So you were the guy I had to reach out when I found this old 2018 presentation.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm a big fan of yours personally, and I always love seeing your show and all your podcasts. I mean, you're a wealth of knowledge, and I just appreciate you having me on your show.
Yeah, so I'm going to bring it up so folks can see it. So this is, I had a vacation last week and I was going through my laptop, looking at some of the old stuff, seeing what I should talk about again. And I found a presentation from 2018 when I had 225 subscribers.
Wow.
And today I have roughly 29,000 or so. So it was very, very early on. But the reason I want to bring this up is because there's a couple of charts which you gave me way back when. I want to revisit them, and then we're going to look at those same charts today because it's really amazing to look at. So let me bring those up. You ready?
Yep.
All right. So let me bring this is so funny. So okay, let me make this a little bit bigger because they are kind of hard to read. So again, this is Fresno County 2018. So folks, it starts at the bottom from July 17, 2.2 months of supply up to what was that be? September of 18. So let me level set what's going on in 2018. 2018, Jerome Powell was raising rates. And what happened is he was raising rates and it broke the market. Benny and I talked in 2018. He broke the market right when it was happening. And this is when he ended up cutting rates. You could see that go from 2.5 to 3.3 months supply. Do you have any remembrance of this time?
I do. I remember that. And I was getting nervous at the time because it was slowing things down. And to be honest with you, looking at this graph, it's completely different from what today's graph look. And I just can't believe I'm seeing those numbers. I'm like, wow, it's crazy seeing how many months of inventory there was. It's not like that now.
No, it's again, this level set for everyone. So a normal market. So Fresno's, I would say a normal month, because I've been in Fresno 22, 23 years now, is about 4 months supply, right? Because it's a more affordable market and all of those things. So again, we spiked from 2.5 to 3.3. We're like, oh, market's slowing down. I mean, it went to crickets because that's a hell of a move for a month.
It is.
That's eight, whatever that is. That's a lot for a month. Yep. And then I think we have another graph. So this again is kind of days for sale, which is the light gray, sold, which is I guess light green, sorry.
Green, yep.
Yeah. The sold is the dark green, and then the red is pending.
Correct.
Again, look at this. We had, this is funny.
2,800 supply, man. Wow. That is amazing.
That was really, because again, like 4 months is normal for Fresno, about 3,000. So we were getting really close to kind of a normal market back in 18.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So let me bring up what you just sent me. So again, 2018, roughly 2,900 listings, roughly 3.3 months supply, right? Yeah. Okay. Right. So now let me share my next thing. See if technology works for us. Actually, this one, I think. Actually, can I still go? Good. So here it is. So month supply, again, it's a little different to read. Month supply, this is 0.7, right?
So yeah, less than a month. Less than a month. So we went from 3.3 to less than a month is what we're dealing with now. I mean, that's just drastic.
Well, even before 3.3, it was 2.6.
I know. I mean, isn't that wild? I mean, looking at that graph you just showed me, man, I'm just going crazy. I forgot all about that until you just showed me that. That's just crazy.
So what this means, again, I love numbers. We could have the inventory in Fresno County go up 500%, and we would be at 3.5 months supply.
Right.
That's what this means.
Yep.
500%. Think about that. Right. Really what this means is the housing slowdown that is coming, which I think is coming to America, and it is coming to Fresno. It's no different. We're just coming off such a low base. It is, think about this. We go from 0.7 months to 1.4 months. You probably are going to feel like it hit a cliff.
Yeah, no one's used to that. That's
Exactly.
it is going to feel like we hit a cliff, and then that's still technically a seller's market at 1.4 months.
Dude, it's not technically a seller's market. It is a seller. This is technically quote crap. Dude, we go from 0.7 to 2.1. It's still a seller's market.
That's correct. Yeah,
Man, that is nuts. So you sent me some other graphs. Let's see. What was this other one? So what is it? So this is sold and for sale. So remember,
yes.
495.
Yes. So this is the number you want to see is the average price sold, which is in the red. That's the big number, and that's the one we want to really look at. So just 14 months ago in January of 2021.
Yeah.
So we're talking just a little over a year ago. The median house price, I believe, I can't see that. Is that 352?
352, yeah.
352,000. Okay. Let's fast forward 14 months. We're at, what is that? 439?
Yeah.
439,000.
Oh
so
my God.
It's just, crazy. It's like, feels like 2007 and 6 when things went up 20% just in 1 year.
Yeah, there was a 2020 year. I mean, there was a 20% followed by a 20% year in Fresno. I think it was 04, 05, 05, 06. So folks, this is why I'm nervous about Fresno affordability, right? Everybody knows that I follow it. I've been saying for a long time, Fresno's affordability was 42 or 40. In the last 2 months, we've seen interest rates go up 200% and we've seen prices accelerate. It's going to become a problem. I expect the affordability to take the biggest drop I've ever seen. I've gone back and again, go to car.org, CAR.org. We are very lucky in California that the California Association of Realtors publishes this every quarter. So I am waiting with bated breath for Q1 to come out because it's going to be a bad number. And again, I get concerned around 25. It might go from 40 to 33, which is a 7-point drop, which is unheard of, historically speaking. So yeah, crazy. So let's see what else we got here. Price per square foot, right?
Price per square foot, which is another big number. So if you look back in January of 2021, where we're at, was that 197?
Yeah, 197.
Okay, now we're at 243 just 14 months later. Huge increase.
25%. Wow.
I mean, just nuts.
Yeah. This is the one I wanted to see.
Yes.
So remember the last one, we had almost 2,900 homes for sale. What do we have here? Like
the light green is for sale. So that says 413. Yes. Can you believe that?
So again, back to my 500% number. These could go up 500% and we wouldn't be back to where we were.
Right.
So again, I expect the housing slowdown to be real. I expect the housing slowdown to hit Fresno. I guarantee you, every agent in Fresno, we go from 400 for sale to 800. You guys are going to lose your mind. And that's still a seller's market. So we just need to know what's coming. I think there's going to be a lot of buyers, and we'll talk about this next. Let's see what other chart you sent me first. What is this one?
This is the average days on market.
So this is 17 days.
17 days. It's dropped 22% just in 1 month from February to March.
Yeah. So I expect this to reverse. I got to tell you.
I do too. I expect it to reverse, but I just thought that was interesting.
No, it's great. Yeah.
And I think the reason that is, Michael, is because interest rates are going up. So people were grabbing stuff before the interest rates started going up. They saw that. So let's grab stuff really quick before it goes up even more.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Anything that's reporting on February or March data, I call it the champagne cork. What happened is you shook a champagne bottle, the cork popped, champagne flew out. That was everybody grabbing what was there. Well, guess what? That's gone now. Yep. And we've had another 100 basis point move. So this number is going to go up. And I bet you this number goes up fast. I mean,
yeah, I'm interested to see how this all works out.
Like by May, like when we see May's number, which we'll get in June, it would not shock me if this is over 40, just to give you a feel for the slowdown I see coming.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Big change.
So I think that might be, that was the last one. So very cool. All right. So let's just talk about the market in general. What are we seeing in Fresno? I'll tell you what I see. You're the man on the ground. You're at a lot more frequently than me, but I do see the bifurcated market. I actually think Fresno has 3 markets. There's $1 million and above,
Yep.
That market to me is probably the slowest right now, probably the most price drops, million above.
Yep.
Next up, there's the median. Let's call it 450 to $1 million. A lot of inventory. That's a lot of new builds. That's a lot of out of towners coming in, which I think are still happening, but I'm going to guess that's slower. And then there's for me, it's always below 400, but for this, given where median is, we'll say 450 and below, still relatively hot in my opinion. So those are my three.
And I think that lower price point, 450 or 400 or below, will always be hot because that's below the building price, and that's where everybody's affordability is. So that if you invest in that lower bracket, you'll always be safe, in my opinion.
No, and that's exactly what we talk about. Know the affordability, or know the median. And if you want security, you want to flip, you do that. If you want to really play craps and roll the dice, take on $1 million project, invest $500,000 and try to sell it for $2 million. It might work because you only need one buyer.
That's true.
You only need one.
But you've been here a lot longer than me, and correct me if I'm wrong. The first, I should say the $1 million or higher gets hit first when the change happens, correct?
In a market like Fresno, yeah, because $1 million in Fresno, right? Again, you got to remember, right? If you're in where I live, Santa Clara, $1 million is a 2-bedroom condo.
Right. Totally different market.
Yeah. Fresno's median income is still like 65 grand. Family of 4 median income was like 65 grand, right?
Right.
You're not going to get the average person in Fresno to sign up for $1 million. So it is really a luxury market, or it's an out of towner, selling their LA home and moving in.
Right.
It's just not there. There are beautiful places in Fresno, multi-million-dollar homes. The Bluffs comes to mind, Lake Van Ness comes to mind, some just great areas, but it's not your average buyer. So yes, that market slows down first. Because again, those people also, it's discretionary. It's usually discretionary, right? They could stay where they are. They're not going to move up, and they get nervous first, right? A lot of them may have stock market wealth, and the stock market's in a bear market. They're not going to want to cash out or whatever it is. So yeah, my opinion, that market slows down first.
I would agree with you on that.
And then it's
been around a lot longer.
Yeah. And then the move up market is second, because what happens, this is why I think the Fed broke housing, Benny, and you're going to see it a lot in Fresno. This is going to be big time Fresno for 4 or 5 years. You have a lot of people who got first time homes 2 years ago and last year. They are sitting, as you just saw, on a mountain of equity. They had great timing. Good for them. But now they come to you and they say, hey, I want to list my home for 450. I'm up 150 grand. You show them something at 550, right? Because they want a better part of town. They want newer. They want another bedroom, whatever.
Right.
Then they go to their mortgage broker, and the mortgage broker gives them the bad news. Yes, the house is only 100K more, but the interest rate is 300 basis points higher. You can't afford it.
That's happening a little bit now, Michael. I'm talking to my lender, and he's telling me that he's happened to, just in the last 30 days, people that qualified 30 to 60 days ago at a certain interest rate don't qualify now at the same price. So that's already shifting a little bit now as they keep rising the interest rates. So I feel like the market's always a little bit behind that.
It is.
So we'll start seeing that coming up, and the market catching up with that scenario, in my opinion.
Oh, you're absolutely right. No, it is absolutely happening right now. The data that you and I look at is always a month in review. That's just how the data is reported. But no, in real time, we are seeing cancellations now. We are seeing deals blow up now. We are seeing builder contracts. The data, it is happening. The data just doesn't show it because it's 30 days late, or it's 90 days late if it's quarterly reported. But yeah, what's really going to happen is we are going to have a lot of people in Fresno become richer, which is great. Get on the property ladder. It's awesome. I love it when this happens. But they're going to want to move and they can't. They're trapped. It's called the interest rate trap. They got a 2.8% 30-year, and they want to move up, and they have the equity to move up, and they have the credit, but they're not going to qualify.
Yeah.
Because they don't make enough money.
Yeah.
Because the interest, I mean, there's so much home you can qualify with a 3% and a 6%. It's vastly different. So
that's a big difference.
Yeah. So as real estate agents, folks, you're really going to have those discussions. Work with your mortgage brokers to make sure that people are qualified, so you're not setting unrealistic expectations and wasting your time, right? Kind of dual benefit there. But what else is going on? And seeing any good rentals I need to write offers on?
Not yet. I think it's gonna be coming. I think if right now, if you're an investor, I think you need to wait a little bit longer before this thing starts changing. And having a bunch of cash on hand right now is key, because
Yes,
when this market starts changing and you've got a lot of cash on hand, you're gonna be able to make some moves, and that's when you'll be able to make the biggest wealth jump in my mind.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I'm saving all my money right now. I've actually cut back my expenses, my monthly expenses in the last like
Nice.
5 or 6 months to get prepared for this, because I know that I want to start, buying some more rentals. I only own 12. I'm nothing close to you, but I want to add to my portfolio as this market changes.
Dude, 12 is impressive. Let's be real. I mean, most people don't get past 1. So the fact that you've gotten to 12, and the reason, this is why I work with Benny as a real estate agent. A lot of people talk to me all the time. How do you qualify an agent? And every time I tell them, does the agent own rentals? Not, was he an accidental landlord, right? They bought a home, they lived in it, they moved. No, Benny has acquired 12 units. So if you are a follower of mine and you want to invest in Fresno, you should reach out to Benny. Benny, how do you want them to reach out?
You can look me up on social media, Benny Clay, or you can call me direct, 559-940-0606. That's my direct cell phone. Just call me direct.
Folks, again, remember, if you're following my channel, Benny's going to ask you what your buy box is, because that's what you need to know. Don't say, Benny, get me a deal. That's not good.
I need to know specifically what you're looking for in your search criteria, and then I can help you out.
There you go. Thanks, Benny. Thanks for all you do. Thank you for being a source and helping me out all these years.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
You got it.